Hello, Merry Meet. So today I want to review a book. And the book I want to review is Rituals for Beginners. Simple Ways to Connect to Your Spiritual Side by Richard Webster. This is published by Llewellyn and is part of their For Beginners series, which I really like. It's a very simple way to get a basic grasp of some sort of spiritual topic, and in this case, rituals. This book is not particularly geared toward pagans, though definitely pagans can have a lot of use of it. But it is generally spiritual rituals, because rituals have been a part of human civilization since the beginning, and it is a great way to enrich your life and give all from events to your daily life a deeper meaning. So let's have a look what the book contains. Here we have about the author and a lovely picture of him. We have a ritual list. Very nice to include that, since most of this book is actually lots of rituals. Then we have an introduction, which is pretty self-explanatory. How can rituals enhance your life, which is a broader explanation of what I just said, that it's a way to make basically life more meaningful. Then we have rituals of life, everyday rituals, which is my favorite because I feel that for a spiritual practice to have the greatest value, it needs to be a part of everyday life. If it's just something that you bring out on special occasions, then it's not something that you're living. Your spiritual journey, the power of magic, ritualistic tools, timing, goal setting and visualization, preparation for ritual, practical ritual magic, the leisure banishing ritual of the pentagram. It's such a useful ritual. It's such a useful ritual. And a lot of people think, no, you have to be a ceremonial magician to use this. I recommend it to everyone. My pagan friends, my New Age friends, everybody. It's simple to learn, and it's such a beneficial ritual. I love that I've included this in this book, because it gives this isn't typically the book that your average ceremonial magician will buy, and it just makes it so accessible to everybody else. Now, as you can see, there is a lot about magic here, and it's definitely a book that neo-pagans will find a lot of use in, but it's not just geared for neo-pagans, it's geared for anyone that wants to enhance their spirituality by adding more ritual to their lives. Now, where were I? How to create a ritual, very useful chapter. After the ritual, tarot rituals. I really love that chapter because I think there's so many more uses to the tarot other than telling the future with them. In conclusion, appendix, correspondence, bibliography, and suggested reading. So, yes. I think it's a book that has exactly what it needs to. Because it's not biting over more than it can chew. It presents a lot of great basic rituals that can enhance your life no matter who you are. While at the same time, it does understand that within a book of this size, there is a limit to its scope. So, as such, it's a great book. Let's have some example rituals from in here. Where do we have some definition of typical ritual tools? Some about witchcraft here. A preparation for a ritual, basically it goes to, that is a very typical neo-pagan idea. To be quite honest, I don't do a lot of preparation for my rituals. I have no time for that. We light a candle, we get going, and yes. Here we have the lesser banishing ritual, which is my favorite ritual ever. We have the section creating your own rituals, but that wasn't exactly what I was looking for. And we have a ritual for purifying your cards. Now, one thing I could say is that the book can be a little bit uh, can be a little bit dense. There's basically, as you can see here, there's text, and if you hear some mowing, it's my cat being irritating. Excuse me. Maud! Shut up! Uh, she wants something, and then she cannot give me 5 minutes to finish my video. But like you see here, we have some rituals. It's presented in a very chunky way, which can make it a little bit difficult to read. Very often when I do pre-made rituals, I just bring the book that I bought them in and just do the ritual from that. I think that that will be hard with this book. You have to copy it down somehow so it's a little bit easier, because really it's extremely densely written, but that's also my only complaint. Now, how much of it is for magic practitioners and new pagans, and how much of it are generally for anybody who might want to add more ritual to their life? I would say it's about 60% for new pagans and 40% just general ritual. Now, where were that list of rituals, so I can show you a few more. I know it's in here. There we go. Like for example, here we have some everyday rituals. We have a morning ritual, which is basically just a very nice way to start your morning. I have another one that I do each and every morning that greets the sun. A journal ritual. So it's just so much great material in here, so many nice rituals, and also so many nice ideas of how to use ritual to enrich your life. That can be saying a grace. You don't have to be Christian to say grace. I do it before every meal. I say a pagan grace. And to me, that gives the taking of food a greater meaning. It becomes then something spiritual and not something just for pleasure or just for survival. And I have morning rituals where I greet the morning. I have things that marks various passages of the moon. I have things that marks various passages in my own life, or that's just extremely practical for me in my everyday life, and that brings my spirituality into my life in a much greater way than if I just did rituals for the Esbats and Sabbats. Instead, I make living a ritual. And you can do rituals of everything. Brushing your hair can be a ritual if you put a spiritual meaning in it. Brushing your teeth, cleaning your floors. You can visualize that that is a cleaning of, just not just physically, but also spiritually. Or if you have this emotional baggage after an argument or something like that, you can add a few cleansing herbs to the wash water and scrub your floors, and by that seeing that as a symbolic ritual for getting that argument out of your system. There's so many things that you can do with it ritual that do improve your everyday life, and this book is a pretty good one about it. Like I said, the rituals are written extremely dense. I prefer it when you have basically this is what you need, what you should say, what you should do, and it's basically broken up a little bit so that it's easier to read the ritual as they are. There is just dense text. But other than that, this is an excellent book. It's a great introduction to using ritual. Now, like I said, it is somewhat tinted toward neo-pagans, but it's definitely not just for neo-pagans. Yeah, it's a pretty good book. It's an interesting book, and I am very happy with my purchase. So yeah, I don't really know what much else to say. It's well written. It gets the point across. There's lots of good rituals in here. There's lots of good ideas. It has the lesser banishing rituals for pentagram, and basically tells you that you can do that even if you're not a ceremonial magician. So yeah, I'm happy with it. And I will give it 8 out of 10. That is my review of Rituals for Beginners. Simple ways to connect to your spiritual side, Richard Webster. Hope you have enjoyed this review. Have a great day. and blessed be.